for joining me on My Life on Paper. I am Brianna. This is the Iron Crafter Challenge in Hop. This month, the month of April, we are playing along with fabric. Now, I'm not sure that I've ever put fabric into my scrapbook. Not that I'm against it, just that I have like so much paper and ribbons and stuff that I guess I don't feel the need to reach for fabric. So what I did was I had recently seen where I had saved my daughter's part of her baby blanket. So she had a couple of blankets that looked like this. This is actually, I'm not sure she knows this, one of her dad's receiving blankets. His mom gave it to us when the kids were born. And Meredith loved receiving blankets. And so there was a couple of these she was attached to. She loved them to shreds. But this part, and I'm not sure exactly how this removed itself, because it's not like I did it, but I have this part. I think the gingerbread person looks a little creepy, but there is bows and there's circles and different things on here. Here's a bow. It's in pink and blue. So this is immediately what I thought of. I went to Meredith and she's not sure about me using it. She told me I could use it. There'll be a lot left for her if she wants to keep it. And I didn't know what else to do with it. I don't sew. The only other thing I thought of is like if someone could take part of it and maybe like use it as a edging on a different blanket or something like that. But, and you'll see it's a little bit discolored in spots. Oh, I should tell you Meredith is I'm sorry, Meredith. I think she's 23 years old now. Oh, I know. She was born in 2000, so she's 23 years old now. She's the easy one to figure out how old she is. So what I first thought of was I was going to take a cut file with hearts and then take these ribbons out and back them. Well, here's the other thing I need to explain. Meredith's album, her baby album, was the first thing I started scrapbooking with in 2000. And I started her baby book only with this 8.5 by 11 size. So Meredith's idea was it go in her baby books. I thought, oh, we could put it on a big one, you know, put it in the family album. She could talk about the baby blanket, but she preferred it go in hers, which I think is a great idea. So you won't see me do many 8.5 by 11s here. I do some trips. You know, if it's a smaller trip I don't want to put in the big album, I do them. So it's not like I wouldn't ever. You are not going to see much from me doing this page other than trimming this blanket, which was very easy to do, I have to say. So this cut file is very thin, and I was trying to place it, and then I was going to cut it so that I didn't have to glue it first. I mean, I thought I was going to have an issue if I glued it first, so I tried it that way. And I think, if I remember correctly, it ended up where I might have snipped it too close on that left side. Like I would have had it repositioned just a little bit differently. Anyway, I do try trimming. My regular scrapbook scissors, I know it's at another gasp, but they did cut this material very nicely. I hope I didn't wreck them for future paper crafting, but this is a one-time thing, so it's not like I'm going to be cutting fabric all the time. And here's where I decide that gluing it down is the best decision, and it really was. It stabilized it. I could still trim around it. It was fine. And this Tombow glue is easy to use, so it worked. It all worked out. The most tricky part was those dangling stars, because you can see as I'm trying to trim, like I'm trying not to cut them off. Would that have been the worst thing in the world? No, they just pieced together, so not a big deal at all. Just something I was very much trying to avoid and was successful at. After I am done trimming the blanket out, I will come back live to talk. I made a title, I made a tag, and I didn't do it on the video. This was, other than cutting out the blanket, was very quick layout to do. And I'm sorry if I'm making you watch me trim out the entire blanket. Feel free to fast forward. You won't hurt my feelings. It's all good. But I was pleasantly surprised at how easy the process was. Again, I don't know that I'll reach for fabric in that I have plenty of paper, but this being very symbolic, hey, maybe I have a favorite, who knows what, shirt, pants, dress, you know, that would be something I would go back to. This material is so lightweight. I know you wouldn't want to put anything too heavy in there, but a receiving blanket is super lightweight and soft. I had to keep touching it. I don't stroke or pet my cardstock the way I was doing with this blanket. Very tactile. I end up finding a piece of blue cardstock, kind of ombre, that I end up using for the tag for some journaling. And you won't see my journaling on it, but at the end, I'll have everything glued down and you'll see that. It was fun to do a baby page too, because I can't tell you the last time I did a baby page. It's been years. So my girls' books are done. My oldest took the longest because I started scrapbooking after she was born. So she was 1.5 years when I started scrapbooking. But I want to remind you again to check out everybody that's playing along below with the Iron Crafter Challenge, and check them out, give them some love, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to them, and I'll come back live shortly in a minute. So here's the completed layout. I'm sorry I jumped ahead a little bit. So you saw me trimming down the blanket, and you saw the gold backed on the cut file. I made a title with my Cricut. Daughter number 3 doesn't like the title because it's too obvious, but since the whole thing is because this is Meredith's blanket, and I need a dot for my eye, I thought it made sense to do that. Share below, do you think this is a good title? Would you have done something more like Rockabye Baby, or I don't know. This is what I wanted, and that's what I did, and I'm happy with it, and I hope Meredith likes it. One of the stars is overlapped the picture. I tried tucking behind it. I didn't like it, so I like it this way. Because there's a little bit of blue in this, and we've got all this pink and a kind of this certain color pink, I found a scrap of this blue, and it's kind of a variegated color, ombre maybe. And so then I like the way that turned out with my tag punch. And that, other than getting the eye down, that's it. I love it. I hope Meredith likes it. I think it's great. I keep touching it. It's very tactile. So, and I just use the liquid glue to glue this down. I might have Meredith journal this. I don't know that she will. I'm just gonna put this as a piece of Meredith's blanket. I'm gonna explain that it actually was handed down, that her dad had used it as a baby, and that she had a couple of these, and I think that will be perfect. It's gonna be the last page in her baby book, because I looked and there is no like final page, so that'll be perfect. So please leave me any comments below if you have questions or ideas or what you think. This was fun for me. I would have never done something like this without this challenge. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting my channel. And go check out everybody else that's playing along with the Iron Crafter. Have a fabulous day.